So we know the next legend to be getting reworked in Apex will be Lifeline. Finally, Lifeline mains will be getting some love. And just like with Revenant Reborn, during development, it seems like the devs have tested a lot of new abilities that they could be giving Lifeline, and a lot of these abilities seem to be going through development as we speak and are changing, and we're getting new information about what Lifeline's new abilities are going to be. So if you didn't know, Lifeline Revived is a new reworked version of Lifeline coming to Apex in the future. It was originally thought to be coming in Season 22, but new information tells us it's going to be releasing in Season 23. Now, in my opinion, it would make a lot more sense for Lifeline Revived to drop next season, because that would fit the schedule of having no new legend, and instead just having a legend rework. We also know in Season 22 we're getting the new district map. We can talk more about that later, but regardless, Lifeline Revived is just around the corner in only a couple of seasons time, and her abilities are really getting shaken up, because the devs want Lifeline to be more of a combat medic that can have an aggressive playstyle and get rewarded for that, rather than just sitting back and making sure you're there to heal your teammates. And they're going to be going with a whole new approach with some pretty crazy new abilities. Now, thanks to Crowdrindo, we have more information, and it turns out they're testing a passive for Lifeline where she's able to glide in the air. You may be wondering, what on earth am I talking about? The first thing that comes to mind is her stories from the Outlands, where her and Octane are on a heist and they fly away with their wingsuits. I mean, that would be awesome. But it's true, the devs are testing a new glide passive ability, which would allow you, as Lifeline, to glide a small distance while in the air. So imagine you jump off a building, you could hold the jump button and you would glide forward rather than just falling straight down. And it sounds crazy to imagine Lifeline with movement, but this is exactly what the devs are cooking up. And what's great is this is going to be in combination with her current passive ability, which allows her to revive your teammates using dock rather than having to do it yourself. It's just an overall great buff to Lifeline. So it's going to be interesting to be able to use Lifeline with movement, but to any Lifeline mains at the moment, you won't be losing your revive passive, which is probably the strongest part of Lifeline's kit anyway. So it's a good job that they're not messing with that, because that would have been a really bad move. Now, things just get even better for Lifeline because the devs are also testing a new perk for all support legends. Now, at the moment, they can open support bins and they can also craft teammates banners, but there's a new support perk that they're planning where you can throw healing items as grenades. What? This sounds incredible. But yes, imagine you have just a syringe. You could throw one at your teammate and then it would hit them, explode, and heal them from a distance. And surely this is even more OP than it sounds, because it would mean you wouldn't have to wait for the animation to play for you using a syringe or a shield bat or a shield cell, because it would just explode and instantly heal you. So maybe it's going to heal you for slightly less health, and that's the payoff for having no animation at all, but that just sounds incredible. Basically a splash grenade that just heals you, but only support legends can do this. I'm super excited for this. I think it's going to be awesome. Obviously, we don't know if this will 100% make it to the final build, but the fact that the devs are even toying with this is awesome. It sounds like a whole new Legends ability, but they're going to be giving it as a perk for every single support legend. But moving on to Lifeline's tactical, we know her tactical is also getting an incredible improvement, because at the moment her tactical is pretty lackluster. It's great for healing you, but you can't move around anywhere with it. And it's true, the tactical is going to be getting buffed so that now it will heal all nearby allies, and it can be assigned to an ally to follow them once it's deployed. So you can throw down Lifeline's tactical and then you can link it to one of your teammates or yourself, and then they can run around freely and get healed on the move. This means that after you've won a fight and you're all on low health, you can reposition while still getting healed in case of a third party. This is just going to make Lifeline's tactical feel so much more fluid, and pairing that with her passive that gives her movement, it's just going to feel a lot faster paced to play Lifeline, and you're not going to feel like you're in a risky position waiting to heal up when you can do everything on the move. I mean, I love the route that they're going down. And of course, the ultimate is getting a rework because the care package is out of here. Lifeline's ultimate has outlived itself. I mean, the fact that the care package basically tells everyone around you that, hey, there's a lifeline here, is a pretty annoying part of it, and now it doesn't even really give you great loot. So the devs have made a new ultimate that uses her drone as a shock bot to keep enemies away. This allows Lifeline to place a destructible bot that will eject enemies from the area. So we don't know the radius of this. It could be a huge radius, it could be a tiny radius, but it allows Lifeline to place down her drone, and then it sort of overcharges and pushes people away and stops them from getting in a certain area, but the drone can be destroyed. So of course the enemies can still shoot through this area, and they can shoot the drone or they can throw a grenade at the drone to break it, but while the drone is active, enemies will not be able to enter the area that it creates. This could be really powerful during final zones, but I do believe this ultimate pairs really well with her current revive ability. Think about it, let's say your teammate gets knocked, you can pop her ultimate to force everyone back, and that gives you time to get a revive off. So it's great that she's going to be able to keep her revive passive ability as well as get her new drone glide ability in the air, because her revive will pair perfectly with this ultimate. But what do you think of Lifeline's new abilities? I think Lifeline with movement sounds amazing, and I'm all here for it. Obviously, as I said, these abilities could be changed, could be tweaked. There is still at least a whole season left before we get Lifeline revived, and potentially even 2 seasons, so the devs have time to mess with things. Somebody did post on Reddit some other abilities that apparently were tested at one point. Some kind of health siphon ability where if Lifeline got a kill, she'd fully heal, but that doesn't look like it's going to be the current set of abilities that the devs have planned. That's an old one that they have scrapped. I think that would have been pretty insane. I don't think that would have made much sense at all. But let me know what you think to these abilities and how would you improve them, and do you think Lifeline having the ability to do a mini glide is a good one? I can definitely see it being fun and useful, and I'm sure there'll be some incredible movement tech that comes out of that, but I don't know if it will be practical enough on the Apex maps. But maybe I'll get proved wrong when Lifeline Revived finally releases. But it does seem the devs are prepared to be showing Lifeline quite a lot of love, because we also know we're getting her prestige skin that should be coming next season, so Lifeline mains will also have that to look forward to. Now, thanks to Crowrindo, he also shared a new Lifeline skin that's coming and a new emote, which is really cool actually. This emote has Lifeline sitting on top of her drone, just scrolling through while the drone is creating like a hologram. I really like this one, and I think this is going to be sold in the store as a bundle, and it will also include some Lifeline trackers as well. So Lifeline mains, rise up in the comments. Let me know if you're there. I wonder how many Lifeline mains there are these days. Now, I did briefly mention at the start the new district map is coming next season, and maybe the district map will actually work really well with this new Lifeline passive that lets her glide, because the new district map seems like it's going to have a lot of elevation. We saw quite a lot of images leaked, and it looks like a beautiful map. There's some really cool POIs with some really giant buildings, and there's this one POI which is like a hotel, and look how huge that building is. Imagine if you could fight on multiple floors in this building. I wonder how many floors are actually inside, or how much of it is actually cosmetic. But yeah, that's just a sign of things to come. I'm super excited for these future seasons, and it seems like these legend reworks are actually going to be really healthy for the game, and I'm actually not too bothered with them releasing less new legends and spending more time revamping old legends, because I was skeptical about a Lifeline rework for a little while, but now I'm super excited to see its final release. So let me know all your thoughts in the comments, and let me know if you have any better ideas for new Lifeline abilities than the ones that were shared by Crowrindo.